Hello YouTube, I'm HD Airsoft, otherwise known as Jason, and welcome back to part 2 of the Operation Reclamation 3 GI Tactical Sponsored Event series. In the previous part, you saw myself, Forger, Sonic, and the rest of Squad 3 defend against unorganized assaults by the US forces.
Oh, dang!
After minutes of silence on the USA's part, I decided to regroup with the rest of the members of Squad 3 in anticipation of a final assault by the USA forces.
I'm good. Wait, I think I dropped one.
Yeah, he has a tainted with it.
Yeah. Now would be a good time to do that. That's not it. That's not it.
Should be the only one that's not missing there.
Yeah. Now would be a good time to refill my pouches.
One or two opponents attempt to assault our positions.
What?
The attempt was
Alright,
rather
I got a
futile.
guy in the trees. Right up there.
The number of dead opponents walking back to the spawn increase, and also the number of firefights are starting to ramp up a little. Unfortunately, all the enemies are out of my range.
Oh, dang!
What Forger and I do is move up to a very obscure piece of cover. Little did I know that I would be surrounded by an onslaught of US forces. My squad leader informs Forger and I that the enemy forces are going to be setting up along the entire perimeter of our defense. The piece of cover that I had was too crappy, so I decided to fall back a little. The US forces are just about ready on their final preparations for the assault.
Watch the right flank.
I advanced up to give a teammate some support. He briefs me where he last taken fire from, and that was to his left.
Get your gun up.
From all sides, I'm taking fire, but I can only return fire from my left, so I need to be extra cautious when sticking my head up above cover. Already, I need to rewind my magazine.
Hit!
Forger, Sonic, and I quickly regroup and spawn back in order to reinforce our defensive positions along the perimeter of the forest.
Jason, if I pushed up for that, would you cover me?
Probably not. Sorry.
The US assault did damage our defenses, and for the most part, we have inexperienced guys left.
Dominic!
Those AEG sounds were coming from our right flank at the time, and I soon learned that our right flank was breached. U.S. forces are then spotted moving across our right flank, attempting to push our forces back.
Yeah. Hey, can
Sorry.
Forger was hit and needs to be medicked back in.
Yeah, I see
Hey,
where he
dude.
is. A little higher up. Hey, watch out!
You're good. Hey, you up there in the tree with the pistol? There's a guy to the direct left. You can see him clear as day.
Forger receives fire from an area unknown, so my head is definitely on the swivel at this point. I spot movement in the trees, but unfortunately I do not get anyone out.
Where do you have contact from? Yeah, I see him.
So far the US forces are doing a pretty good job at holding the right flank. But unfortunately, it's become a nuisance to us. The US forces up ahead are using bushes and their long-range rifles to their advantage. Soon, I spawn an enemy player directly in front of me in the trees, and I waste no time getting on the trigger.
Is he ref? Is he dead?
I try to eliminate my opponent who's on the move, but it seems like I'm not leading my BBs far enough.
Can I get him? Is he already out?
Yeah, the guy is not dead.
This teammate and I are still being pinned down by some players in the bushes, so I decide to act.
Oh yeah, I see him now.
Hit!
Unfortunately, he was quicker on the trigger than I.
Make me if possible.
Well, ladies and gents, that's all for this part. I was going to make it a little bit longer, but I wanted to stay on a single subject and not transition too quickly into the next two scenarios, or excuse me, parts, which are going to be quite intense as the heat of the situations starts to pick up. And there will be no video on Scenario 2 or videos on Scenario 2 because 1, my camera ran out of recording space, and 2, there were no enemies to shoot at pretty much the entire time, except for maybe 10 minutes of it. So, I hope you enjoyed, and please check back within the next couple days for Part 3. The release date will be at the end of this video.